Nice micro there from Crunk. Saves his tank busters. And Mars is going to camp his tank on it to make sure they never come up. You know, at this point in the game, I think it's interesting because when Crunk sold his construction yard, I'm assuming that he just wanted to get a burst of money and burst in with a bunch of units. And here he goes with his tank buster protocol. He gets 5 extras. Mars does. And I think Crunk's in big trouble here. I mean, I think the entire plan was to get an early push advantage, but Mars is pretty much stabilized, and now he actually has the unit advantage. I mean, this could easily be GG right now if Mars decided to push in. But Crunk still has his tank busters burrowed. Pushes up with a tank that's going to get ripped apart. I'm not sure what he can do at this point. I mean, he's getting out more units, but man, this is so low economy though. That's the other thing about playing Allies. I'm so used to a high economy game where I want to get out like 4 refineries minimum. Empire, you always see like these low econ games. So nothing really much is happening. They're just pumping out the units with the money they have, which isn't too much, and they're just hoping to get a micro unit advantage. Lifts the Tengu there. He's going to have to pull the strikers back. He loses a striker, actually. That's not good. Or a chopper. VX. And here comes Mars' little mini push. With 1 chopper, 1 striker, a couple of tank busters, but they go down to a Tengu and a striker and a tank buster. So Mars is actually forced back a little bit here. He's gonna lose that tank. Yeah, Crunk manages to build up a small army and manages to push out a little mini container that Mars had on him outside of his base. And Crunk with a very nice Tengu attack. He sends in 1 jet Tengu to finish off that striker that was almost dead. Good decision here. Good decision making. And so Crunk has actually managed to take the middle of the map with a few of his units now. And Mars is forced back in his base, but meanwhile he does have a force of 3 strikers and 3 tsunami tanks, which should be able to hold off any of these approaching armies. So you can see Crunk's basically decided he's going to win based on the power of the dojo and the mecha bay. That's it. But the interesting thing about this is, like, IamMars ideally to take the advantage would like get an expansion up, you know, get like another barracks up or something. But the problem with doing that is it takes money, and if you stop unit production out of your dojo and your mecha bay, then you're or just your mecha bay, you don't even have a dojo up, but if you stop unit production at all, then you're going to get run over probably. Like, only 1 or 2 units can make all the difference. Like, if IamMars makes a dojo, and that prevents him from getting out like an extra an extra VX or something, and Crunk decides to push in at that exact time, then that's game. So that's how close this is, really. And Crunk goes for a scout with his Tengu. Now he sees that there's no dojo, so you gotta assume that he thinks he probably actually has the advantage. But we have Mars here taking the risk, going for refinery core now. So this is going to be a deciding point in the game. Does Crunk scout this and go kill it, or does he push ahead and try and kill the main? Meanwhile, he's doing some nice harassment here with one Tengu managed to stop mining. That's going to add up big time over the course of the game. I mean, in this type of game, stopping mining for a few seconds is just so good, because the economy of each of these players is so close. Like, although Crunk cannot make any more buildings, he still has the same economy right now. So you can still make the same amount. He can make twice as many units because he has a dojo and a bay as opposed to just a bay for IamMars. But now Crunk has spotted this refinery. He's gonna have to do something about this right away. If this gets active for too long, Mars is gonna quickly take this game. I mean, the economic advantage is going to be so huge. So Mars sends in his strikers to take care of this. He sends out his tanks too, but I know Crunk's going to send out everything he has, I'm assuming, to deal with this. The problem is, how's he going to deal with flying strikers, flying choppers? Because he has no way to do it right now. He can't walk these out there. His VXs. And he's not going to be able to deal with this, because Mars brilliantly uses his protocol to summon 5 tank blisters. The summon 5 tank blisters protocol is really good, in my opinion. It's just so awesome. Like, I've seen so many games won just on the power of it. You can sneak attack them into your opponent's base. All you need is vision. If you have vision of the map, you can summon them anywhere, and they can just wreak havoc. I mean, they can take out a refinery in seconds, 5 of them, and oftentimes your opponent doesn't even see it. And they're also good for these situations when Crunk was going to push in, and then 5 tank busters come up, and he would have got ripped apart if he went in, so he had to back off. So that's how good that is. Now, Crunk has a big army. He has several tanks, and he has a few VXs and 1 Tengu. That's pretty much, the Tengu's acting as a scout at this point. So, his army is big, and he did manage to take out the worker here. I didn't see that, I'm sorry. So, this is inactive right now, but